Yo, King Gorilla, what's up, brother? Trying to see how I want to just orient this stuff. I probably should have did this a little earlier, but can't do a little slight teach. Let's see. Hey, how y'all doing, man? We back. All right, let me see. Okay, that's a little something. Let's see how that works. That's a little something. What's up? What's up, Madam man? What day it did? Saturday? Yeah, man. I don't even know. I've been so tired, y'all. I've been really running that highway, been training the guy. We went South Dakota, from Mississippi, from South Dakota down to Orlando, Florida, from Orlando, Florida, back up to Jacksonville with a load, back from Jacksonville to Corinth, Mississippi. Shit, I came home and ran another one from Mississippi in Jackson over there to Birmingham. That cement that we like to run them 205 mile for the 950. They dropped the price down on them because they ain't in demand. That's why I stopped doing them, and that came up and it was reasonable, so we ran it. We ran up a check. We'll talk about that later. But how's everybody doing? We over here chilling. Now, before we get started over there on the board, I'd like to welcome each and every one of y'all to the Hotshot Haven. This is a channel that is dedicated to public service. If y'all been around long enough, y'all know this channel is dedicated to y'all. It ain't dedicated to the algorithm. It ain't dedicated to what YouTube likes. It ain't dedicated to what's popular. And it really ain't dedicated up on what nobody else talk about. That's why y'all come holler at me. There's a lot of regurgitation go on though through time about some stuff I've been said a year or two ago, but it makes sense now that people that did more and learn more, and I appreciate them spreading their knowledge. But at the same time, I do be wanting my little site notations, man, because that's called plagiarism. I'm just be honest with you, that's plagiarism. But at the same time, that's neither here nor there. We are about to delve into a subject that comes up to me a lot in 1 hour consultations, in the comments from you guys, because I do read all the comments. I see, some of the things that are challenging that have a lot of people confused. And it's not really confusing once you get the concept of what you're dealing with. And we are talking about weight today. I would like to give a shout out to each and every person that is on here right now. I invite you to press the like button, jump up out of here and share this because this is going to help some people because I'm going to do non-CDL. I'm going to do non-CDL with a dually. I'm going to do CDL and I'm going to do basic semi. Just basic semi because there's a lot of different ways you can set up a semi. A lot of different ways you set up a lot of this stuff, but still though, semi is it get very depending on what state you in. You might carry 105,000. So, you know, that move for $1,000. Ooh, somebody been back watching the video. Bet nobody else on YouTube say it. They better not say it. They don't need to say it because y'all know where you heard it first. Right. That been the motto since day one. When I started the company, when I started out with that little 2000 Ram out there with that 28-foot PJ trailer trying to pull the whole country over if I could, partially one, partially two, partially three, partially at a time. Yeah, what the motto was, 1,000 move, $1,000. Trying to make $1,000 a day. That was my thing. And if you pull your calculator out, punch in 1,000 times 1,000, you get $1 million growth. While people just now talking about $1 million, that was the goal from the beginning, and we skipped on past that a long time ago. Next. All right. So what we're gonna do now, and like say again, I'd like to welcome everybody. Is that PJ for sale? I actually that PJ got sold a long time ago. That PJ is not for sale. My Gator axle just came in, so it will be up for sale very soon. Very soon. Um Update the Diamond Seed that Chicago came. I put it up for him. That was for sale. It is gone. That trailer has been purchased. That they brought their money. They got the trailer, and hopefully they on the live right now watching because I think they're about to get into the business for the first time. And then one of them things you want to know when you first start and you buying equipment, and people will give you bad information without knowing they're giving you bad information, but a lot of people won't tell you they don't know something. They'll just make it up as it goes along. And if it fits the criteria of what you've been seeing on the highway and you're not actually knowing the legality of what's going on out here with these high shots, you'll think that, okay, that's correct. You got to have this or you got to have that and in order to be considered this or that category. And, this is where a lot of people end up in a slight situation where they end up in a pitfall where because their personal credit is good and they have an idea about the business and may have asked somebody and they feel like they know what they need. The first thing they'll do, because they know hot shots, they may not have a CDL but they want a hot shot, is go and buy a dually. It makes sense. I saw every single hot shot on the road that I saw this morning on the highway had a dually. They had a 40-foot trailer. They had an IFTA sticker though, and they had IRP portion tags, and that stuff you didn't know. So a lot of people end up buying a dually, and then they don't have a CDL, and then they have to get a trailer and derate the trailer to a point where sometimes, in some cases, depending on what trailer you have, it may not be as useful as it should be. That when you have to get up on you some specialized class and stuff that pull certain weights, and you can pull stuff and still be really profitable. It's still possible to be profitable, but payload is the name of the game, and the operative word in payload is pay, and the other operative word in payload is the load. So the weight of the load should help determine some of the pay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good job, man. Well, at the same time, it can all be changed up and helped and everything in different ways. You can't derate a truck, but you can offset that by derating a trailer. So, what we're gonna get into this evening, and hoping that everybody in here is doing well. Um, Everybody, family blessed, and hope this gonna be a blessing to you. Uh, is the sound coming in clear for everybody? I'm gonna do a sound check before we start because I'm gonna be doing some numbers. Y'all know I like to do numbers, and I want it to be clear and concise so everyone could get where I'm at. Clifton says, "Yep, okay." Well, now this ain't the best visuals. I'm not the best artist, but at the same time, I did something for y'all because, like I said, I thought it would be beneficial for you guys. Okay. I appreciate that, Steve. And let me do a couple shout outs in here, man, because y'all in here and there's love at all times in here, man. That's why I say it's the haven. You can come in here and say what you want to say. Do what you want to do, man. But I'm trying to help. King Gorilla, Larry Young, Clifton Johnson, All My Matter, Evan Anderson, Denisha Ware, Trapper Trust, Big Cal, Clint Johnson, Larry Young, Charles W, Nathan King. Appreciate you, Nathan King, bro. Doesn't Okay, Evan, what's up, bro? 859, 859, boy, 859. We ain't no boy, just some country boy trying to get $1, man. Child, big cat, we got y'all in here, man. And I appreciate y'all, Steve. Appreciate you, Steve, y'all. Jane Baker, yeah, Corey Jackson. What's up, brother? Man, we in here. We finna do a little bit of clarification on some math and some differences between gross vehicle weight, your curb weight, or your speculative weight. That I like to call it speculative weight because that ain't really what it is. And a lot of people get hung up on what they read on Google. Okay. So we're gonna do some stuff. What's up, Sid? Okay. See how close I can get to this. All right. Now I'm gonna turn the comments off because it's getting in the way of what I can see on this board for a second. Hopefully. Well, I ain't gonna turn them off. I'm gonna have them over to the side. Okay. This first setup right here would be your typical non-CDL high shot setup, where you would take a 2500 truck of your choice and pair it with a single tandem gooseneck trailer of your choice. of your size. I recommend about a 35, but of your size. Some people say 40 and get away with that and all that. Now, we're going to start with gross vehicle weight. For the truck inside of the door, it says that truck is rated for 10,000 pounds on a 2500 or F250 or Denali. Said 10,000 pounds. So we knowing 10,000 pounds. And the trailer that we got is rated 16,000 pounds. So we know because we non-CDL, we're gonna be plated when we go to our little hometown DMV, not the IRP office, hometown DMV, and get our truck plated. We're gonna get plated for a weight of 26,000 even, and not 1 pound over. Y'all follow me? That's on a non-CDL normal setup, not a dually. It's not a dually. Okay. Well, the first thing people get misunderstood and say is, well, the truck is rated for 10 and the trailer is rated for 16. I bought a 26,000 pound plate. That means I can carry 26,000 pounds, right? No, that's wrong. The 26,000 pounds that you paid to have for that tag is a combined weight. That's a combined weight. So that's what you can weigh in total. Well, okay, the next scenario that usually comes in people's heads when they get to thinking about it, they're like, okay, well, they say the truck weighed 10 and the trailer weighs 16. What I'm gonna do with the weight? Well, that's what the truck is rated for, is 10,000 pounds, and the trailer is rated for 16,000 pounds. That's what it's rated for. That's not what it actually weighs. So that's a point that I would like to make, that gross vehicle weight rating and what the actual weight of the vehicle in the trailer is not known. This is one thing you have to know when you're picking a setup and when you're starting to look at and research your setup. You have to know that you're going to be looking for a certain gross vehicle weight rating, but also you're going to have to take into consideration what the actual equipment really weighs. That's why I oftentimes say my Gatorade trailer is a little heavy, but it was meant for a particular customer that moved particular equipment that I felt I needed a tank for, and I would sacrifice a little of the load carry capacity just to have a trailer that I know would not bow and sag, and the suspension, tires, and everything were meant to do what I was doing. So with that being said, you will go buy your truck, and this is the thing that I oftentimes say, and it confuses people, um, because when they call me about a truck they're going to purchase, they'll look online, and to the best of their ability, they'll look up the specs on the truck, and it'll say that the truck weighs 8,200 pounds, 8,400 pounds. That's the curb weight of the truck. And that's supposed to be full of fuel and all fluids in the truck. So that's supposed to be what that truck weighs. And then you go to the trailer website, and they also, in some cases, quote the weight of the actual trailer, and then people get confused, and then people get to actually assuming things that you cannot assume just by data that you get from the manufacturer. Even if it comes directly from the manufacturer, you cannot go with those weights and say, if I combine that curb weight of that truck with the curb weight of that trailer, that's exactly how much I'm going to weigh, and I'll subtract that number from 26,000, and that's what I'll be able to carry. That is one of the most detrimental things you can do from the beginning of the situation, is to pick a setup based upon what you think it weighs and not what it actually weighs, because the manufacturer doesn't account in all the equipment that's going to be on the truck, the extra auxiliary tank that's going to be on the truck, the dunnage that's on the trailer, those 10, 12 chains, binders, and chains and binders that you're going to be carrying, those tarps that weigh 100 and something pounds a piece that you got 3 or 4 of on there. So that's why I always encourage people to not panic. Just buy what you know is rated correctly in combination section to equal 26,000 pounds even if you elect to buy a dually. And that's the next section right here where you see this truck right here with 14 on it. That's going to represent a dually. Now, disregard the fact that this trailer is longer because I'm going to use it later for the CDL thing. Can we talk about strap placement and being inside? That's not what we're talking about right now. Y'all can talk about it in the comments. I got a bunch of load securement videos though, but y'all can talk about it in the comments. That ain't what we're doing. All right. So in this same scenario up here, where this truck is rated for 10, trailer is rated for 16. We have a combined weight rating in combination. Yep, I'm gonna talk about them semi and them step decks too. I'm gonna do all three of them on the weight so everybody that's out here can get their own section. That's why I say I ain't finna deviate and start talking about no other side stuff. We talking about weight today, and I'm gonna help everybody. I'm gonna put the semi down here, but I'm gonna help everybody with this one on the weight, cause that's what we talking about today. Yep, yep. So what I want everybody to understand is that even though this truck says it is rated for 10,000 pounds, there's a slight cheat code for you CDL guys, non-CDL guy right here. Listen very carefully. In the door of your truck, if you go outside and look in it, no lies to be told. In the door of your truck, it'll say your truck is gross vehicle weight rated for 10,000 pounds. But also, right below where it says that, it will give you a breakdown of what the front axle can carry and what the rear axle can carry safely. If you take time to actually add those numbers up in the door where the front and the rear axle are, you'll know that those two numbers combined are over 10,000. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait 1 second. So if this truck is rated for 10,000 pounds, why would they separate the axles? Why would they do that? And why would they rate more than likely the rear axle for more than the front axle? We finna teach right now. There you go. There you go. Y'all get it on with the securements in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Hey, appreciate you. Life on the Road, Building Empire. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you helping out, man. All right. Now, when you go in the tow your truck and you realize this, you'll realize what I realized about 3 or 4 years ago. And I made videos about this where people have said, man, I show my scale ticket, they be like, you're overweight on your drives. But I'm not. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The way that the turnover ball or the fifth wheel hitch is installed in the truck has a certain level of geometry built into it. We finna teach some right now. If you go and look in the bed of your truck or the next time you hook your trailer up and you pay attention, you will notice that that turnover ball is about 2 or 3 inches in front of the center line of the rear axle. And a lot of people be like, well, it's a turnover ball. Appreciate that super chat, all my metal. Yes, sir. 'Cause we finna drop some gems on tonight, Big Dad. Now check this out. Check this out. A lot of people would think that that ball is 3 inches in front of or 2 inches in front of that differential because it's a turnover ball. When you turn it over, if it was directly over the diff, it would probably hit the diff with suspension travel. That's true. But the real reason behind putting it there is to actually be able to load the rear of the truck. And by that not being centered over the rear, being partially forward, it will actually transfer weight to the front tire, the steer tire. Why did they rate those two and put them together? And for some reason, they equal more than 10,000. It's because it's meant to be did in combination. So this truck rated for 10,000 pounds. But once you put it in combination with your trailer, we disregard the 10 and the 16 and we start to look at the totals 26. And then we go to the placards on the door and on the trailer where they break down the axles. Okay. And you'll notice that you may be able to put 5,500 on the steer tires and 6,500 on the drive tire legally, and come back here because your trailer weighs 7K, you could put 9,000 back here on your trailer tire, and that'll be maxing out steers, drive, trailer, and you will not be over 26. But how many of y'all know if you got 5 and 5 right here, and your dough sticker say you could put 65 on there? Once you hook that trailer up, when they roll you across the scale, they're gonna put your steer axles on, they're gonna put your drive axles on, they're gonna add, and put your trailer axles on. And what will determine if you overweight on each axle will be the sticker inside of the door, not the 10,000 pound sticker, because that's a solo truck, 10,000 pounds. But once you go into combination, you take the front, the rear axles, and the trailer axle into consideration. Now you can see why you can actually have 6,000 pounds on the back of this single axle truck with some 12 ply tires and not be over what most people think you only could put 5. You might could put 65. It depends on what your truck says and what the tires are rated for ultimately. That's something a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna tell you. That is inside of the door for a totally different reason. For what, and a lot of people don't even look at it. They just look at the gross vehicle weight rating and they roll with that. But this stuff is about axles, groupings of axles, and the total weight thereof. That's why I told you before, you cannot rely on the data from the manufacturer on the curb weight when you're starting to run in combination. You're going to have to actually go take this truck and trailer, fill it up with fuel, pack all your gear on the truck and trailer, take it to a certified CAT scale, and get it weighed. Upon getting it weighed, you will then get a steer weight, a drive weight, and a trailer weight. If this trailer has 7,000 pounds sitting on the trailer axles when it's empty, we know we can possibly put 9 here. We could put 9 because we rated for 16. So we could probably put 9 right here. And depending on where we put it, it's gonna lever down on the truck because from here to here, there's all this space where this weight is gonna be pushing down on this truck. So that's why I say the consideration for the axle weights inside of the door will be imperative because you could not possibly sit the 9,000 pound load here and let at least 7,000 pounds be bearing on the rear axle. You would be overweight. Yeah, it's not so much a simple game because every truck is different. I saw somebody come and say it's a simple game. Well, 26,000 non-CDL, 80,000 semi, but you gotta think about what about the high shot guys in between that's out here plated for 40, 42, 37, 45. This video for everybody. See, that's why I say I'm gonna help everybody today. So now we finna go and hey, I encourage you to like the video, click out, share it, get it moving, let some more people get up in here. But yeah, take note because this real. It's not and it's not speculative because see the thing about it is those weights that you research, the curb weight and all that there, that's as tested, but that is not as you will be riding because you're gonna probably make a little bed in the bag, you have your cooler with you, you got all your gear, you got like I said, all this stuff. So once you take it and put it on the scale, that's why I said, don't worry about what this stuff weigh. You know what I'm saying? Know what you're supposed to be buying. Check that off your list. Buy it. All the equipment combined, put it on there, and then you will see because it's gonna weigh what it's gonna weigh. It's not much you could do about it. You can have 8 chains instead of 10 with you, and 8 binders instead of 10 with you. You can run 8 pieces of dunnage on the trailer instead of 10 pieces of dunnage on the trailer. You could pack 2 tarps instead of 4 tarps. You can run your fuel tanks halfway down and all that old crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, this stuff gonna weigh when it's gonna weigh. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna weigh when it's gonna weigh. So when you come into putting together a non-CDL high shot setup, that's why I kind of advocate for the single rear wheel, but the dually does work. And now I'm gonna show you how the dually works. Okay, let me get that. All right. We got the really nice dually with no tires on it. It was in Detroit, and they came through and they seen him sitting out there with his load, and he went to IHOP for like an hour and sat down and ate, and they came back and his truck was sitting like this, y'all. It was just they put him on bricks. I forgot to put tires on. But anyway, they put that boy on bricks. But before they put his ass on bricks, he bought a dually. The dually was a Ford GM, hey, Dodge, whichever dually of your choice. He went to Detroit and they caught him slipping. It's real, y'all. Watch Detroit, man. That shit real. But anyway, the dually is rated for 14,000 pounds. He got 3,500. Pretty standard what you see. Like most people in the industry, even if they running single axle trailers, single tandem trailers, or whether they're running short dual tandem trailers. Some people got the little 20-foot dual tandem, look like they could carry a house on the little deal or whatever, and they substitute that to get some of their weight back. But most people that you see will tell you, man, if you're gonna do high shot, go get a dually. 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 Okay. My biggest thing with non-CDL high shot is you are immediately, as soon as you enter the field of non-CDL high shot, extremely weight limited, and you are extremely limited on freight that moves at that weight in most areas. Like, and when I say extremely limited, I'm not saying it's not out there and you can't do it. I'm saying that it is not as plentiful as heavier stuff because most shippers are trying to move as much as they can when they move it. So, they call for the big trucks, and if it's something left over, or they make small things, if they ship personal stuff to each individual customer and it doesn't weigh that, they probably use people calling me while I'm on live. They probably use a lot of high shots. If they have stuff that's small and it doesn't weigh much, they use a lot of CDL and non-CDL high shots. But the majority of shippers are moving at a volume and a pace to where, those loads are not as plentiful as big rig loads because, it costs more to have more trucks pull up. If you could have half the amount of trucks pulling up, you will pretty much save half on shipping. So that's one of those things why they do that. So you talk to a partner of yours, y'all was just shooting the breeze, you ready to get started and everything, and you was like, I don't have a CDL. Well, most people don't even know that you could do high shot without a CDL. So whenever you say non-CDL high shot, they just go straight to the conclusion of high shot. They don't really think about what you just said, non-CDL. They just go back in their mind and tell you what they know about high shot in general. So they say, go get a dually, go get a 40-foot trailer. We've had people that call me on consultations before, you know what I'm saying, and that have done that and tried to run non-CDL, and that is a catastrophe. So I say this: if you don't have your CDL, I don't care what nobody tell you. Please don't go buy a dually and a dual tandem 40-foot trailer and try and use that for non-CDL. Man, I don't know who that is talking about a car, but I don't really move no car. They just texting me about car getting moved. I don't really move no car. But like I was saying, um, and they would tell you to go get a 40-foot trailer, dual tandem, and you would go get that, and it would end in catastrophe because your actual weight combined would be about 17, almost 18,000 pounds with gear, and you would only be able to carry about 8,000 or 7,000 pounds, and that would really make your day suck on most days if you're the average non-CDL high shot to beat it. exact weight limited. You're already really weight limited, but that would be like the kiss of death if you did not go get your CDL. If you had a 40-foot dual tandem trailer and a dually and you were trying to run non-CDL, it's gonna cause a problem, serious problem. So don't do that. If you're gonna run non-CDL and you insist on having a dually, or you have already purchased the dually, so it really ain't nothing to insist about. It's there. You will run a single tandem, hopefully a 35-foot, 36-foot trailer, trying to get close to 40, but we really don't want 40. And I'm explaining to you why we really don't want 40, because you will see clown run 40, and they probably made one video maybe 2, 3 years ago that explained to you why that 40 ain't like the 40 you gonna buy. And if you miss that video and you go buy a single tandem 40-foot trailer and you don't remember to check that certain box for that certain option, you're gonna be over what we call the 65-foot rule. So if you're gonna run a non-CDL hot shot, this truck is gonna be registered as a regular truck. You'll just be paying for a tag that lets you run 26,000 pounds total. Let me explain this. In order to be over 65 feet in total length from bumper to bumper, you must register this truck with IRP as a tractor trailer. Remove the bed off your brand new truck, replace that with some fenders. Get your lights together and your fenders and put your box on the back right there. And then you'll be allowed to run that 40-foot single or dual tandem with most combinations that will put you over 65 feet without a problem. But in the situation of a non-CDL hot shot, this truck will still be registered as a truck. By you taking the bed off, it don't really solve the problem because this is not a tractor. It's not registered that way. Legally, it needs to be registered as a tractor trailer, like a semi. And part of the process of having it registered as a semi, it cannot carry anything. It can only be having a coupling device and fenders. It cannot be able to carry anything. So sometimes you'll see people even take the bed off and put a flat bed on there. That really ain't legal because you can strap something down on a flat bed. That really ain't legal. You feel me? We talking to the letter of what they wrote in the book. Y'all know I'm about that book life now. Y'all know I'm about that book life. But read it for yourself. Go back in there and read it for yourself. And just know that if you would go non-CDL with a 40-foot trailer, you would have to order your trailer. Listen to me good, especially a big text trailer. You would have to order your trailer optioned with a 6-foot neck instead of an 8-foot neck. So what would end up happening is what would end up happening is instead of that neck being way down here, that neck would be here, which would pull the tail up shorter and get you under 65 feet total. And there's a lot of people that went and bought 40-foot trailers with an F350 single tandem, and they out here rolling, and they out there for sale right now. And a lot of people done caught a lot of violations because some fact of the matter is, if you're going to do something outside the norm and you're going to educate a lot of people, you have to constantly side note and reiterate that, because people that haven't seen that one snippet when you said that one time, they went and bought a single tandem truck and can't understand why them people in Texas keep harassing the shit out of them. Why they keep getting these violations get put out of service? Because they got that wheel out there and they clicking off them feet. And if it's 65 feet and 1 inch, that need to be a tractor trailer in combination, at least on paper, for registration purposes. That's a in between the LYI. That's a mayonnaise mustard right there for you guys. Tell them folks to catch up now. That's a mayonnaise mustard. Tell them to catch up. All right. Now, you went and bought a dually for non-CDL. You didn't know. You already had it. So now we go get a 35-foot trailer of your choice, and we get it derated to 12,000 pounds. Okay? So, let me show you something. Remember up here, this is the same 35-foot trailer. It's just rated different. Same trailer, I promise you, same manufacturer and everything. You just said, hey, I want this trailer rated for 16K, and I want this trailer D-rated to 12. It's the exact same trailer. Okay, so that clarification. These two trailers are the same. The only difference is the trucks, because you bought a dually in this case. So that first setup, that trailer was rated at 16K. The trailer itself weighs 7K, and he was able to put 9K in the box, 9K right there in 9K right there on the trailer. He can carry 9K on the trailer, and his trailer axles will be right at 16,000 because the trailer weighs 7. Well, like I said, this is the same exact trailer. It's just rated different now. So this trailer also weighs 7K. It weighs 7K. But we derated it to 12. So 12 minus the 7K that it weighs means on these axles at the back, we can only put 5,000 pounds of weight on this trailer axle at the back. But the main argument to this is that, let's see, you have a dually. So we're gonna look inside the door on the dually again, just like we did on the 2500. We're gonna look inside the door, and we're gonna see that inside of the door it says, "Hey, this dually is gross vehicle weight rated for 14,000 pounds by itself." That would be a situation where you just went up and picked up a load of shingles or something like that, and they just sat it in the bed. You don't have a tray. It's rated for 14K. But when you go in combination and you hook the trailer up, this number no longer applies. And now we have to look at what it says the axles are rated for. So now that you look at this, you'll look at your door and say that, okay, the front axle is rated for 6,500 pounds or 5,500 pounds. And the rear axle is rated for 10,000 pounds by itself. So that's more than 14K. So in essence, the drive axle can support 10,000 pounds of weight, right? And the trailer can support 5,000 pounds of weight, right? The first conclusion most people would say is, I could put 15,000 pounds on that like that. I know I can. I just know I can. Not as a not as a non-CDL hot shop. Now, when you upgrade your setup, your license, and your tags and everything to pay for that weight, you probably could roll like that on a different trailer, on a dual tandem trailer. But as right now, we on a single tandem 35-foot trailer with a dually running non-CDL. Okay, so we're gonna say since this trailer weighs 7,000 pounds, we're gonna say 2,500, and the rest of it is 4,500. We're going to say when you pull on the scale, your trailer axle says 4,500. Your truck axle says 3,500. And your front axle says 3,000. Now we know on our front axle we got 6,500 available. So 3,500 pounds could possibly be transferred onto the front axle. You got that. You got that range. On your back axle, you got 3,500 pounds on it on your drive axle. So we knowing about 6,500 pounds could be applied right there at the kingpin at the nose of the trailer and be good. And then you got the 5,000 well 4,500 pound back here, and we knowing from 12 you could possibly put, you know what I'm saying, about 7,500 pound back there. But we are totally restricted to 26K. So all that extra heavy stuff that's possible, cause you say I got a dually, it really ain't possible. Not without a CDL and having it plated right there. That ain't possible. You can't go across the scale and still be under 26,000 pounds if you hit all these axle numbers the way they are and count it like that. You can't go across the scale 26. It's not gonna work out. The math ain't there. So what you do as a result of this setup right here is now we know what we can possibly do with this. Remember, I told you it's not about speculative weight. Now you take your truck, fill up all the tanks on it, put all your gear on the truck and trailer, auxiliary tank full, blankets, your candy, your cooler, everything. Take it to a certified cat scale. Get it weighed. This setup right here probably gonna come in the high 15K, 16K range. You feel me? A dually and I just say a big text gonna probably come in around 15, 16K. Whereas a non-CDL 2500 will probably come in, depending on what trailer you got, anywhere from 13, 14, 15,000 pounds when you put it on the scale. And you can see you'll have 13,000 pounds left, 12,000 pounds left, 11,000 pounds left that you could possibly put on the deck in a particular way just because this setup is lighter. Now this is gonna come in at 15, 16,000 pounds. So in theory, you could put 9 or 10 on the deck. But this is the problem. This is why I don't really advocate for the dually on non-CDL, y'all. This the problem. This is the hang up. Okay. You'll say, hey man, that's not that big of a difference in weight. That weight and that weight is not that big of a difference. That means I could put the same thing on my trailer that that guy with that single tire can because it's all rated the same. No, it ain't. Because you made the decision, whether you knew it or not, to get the dually and derate your trailer for 12, even though these are the two exact same trailers, they both weigh 7K. Now you have room to put 5K back here on the trailer axle, and he had room to put 9K back there on his trailer axle. Meanwhile, still having a little weight that can be transferred to the front of the trailer, where the trailer actually carries most of the load through the distribution, and the truck helps it and supports it. And with this setup, you're going to be fighting every single day not to put 5K on that trailer, even though you're picking up 9,000 pounds. You're going to have to move it forward. You're going to have to move it forward on the trailer, which is not really good weight distribution. It's not really good. You want to have about a 80-20 on the tongue, about 80 on the trailer, 20% on the tongue, somewhere around there, 75-25. You don't want to have 80% of the load sitting right here because you're so afraid that this trailer is going to take 5,000 pounds plus of that weight, which at that moment in time, your trailer axles will be over. I don't care what the trailer can carry. It's about what you put on that stamp on the side of the trailer, which is going to determine what you're able to do minus the actual weight. So if that trailer is the same trailer and they both weigh 7,000 pounds, who do you think is going to have an easier time of not being overweight on each axle? The guy that can eyeball the load, that 7,000 pounds, and just stick it anywhere, or the guy that can eyeball the load that's 7,000 pounds and be like, I gotta shove that up to the front, but I got another partial to go pick up. I gotta put it behind there. It's gonna put me over. Because they're not gonna let me stack the first load on top of the second load on top of the first load up here just to keep me legal. So that's when people start going and getting the CDL, upgrading the equipment where you can actually use this trailer for what it's for. It's designed to carry the load. The truck is designed to pull the load, stop the load, turn the load. The trailer designed to carry the load. So let the trailer do its job by rating the trailer with the proper drive unit for what it's doing. That's why we advocate about this weight like that with these dualies and these singles. And at the same time, people will tell you, hey man, you go get an F-350 and do that same thing because it's so light. It doesn't matter about the truck being light. I'm gonna reiterate this again. It doesn't matter that that truck is aluminum and that it's light running non-CDL because it's still rated for 14K, which means you're gonna have to make your trailer suck unless you got some direct customers they're gonna be running the stuff, or people in your area they're gonna be running the stuff that you can actually pick up with that much weight left over. You say it, you put it all to the front and everything like that. But I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a lot of days where you're gonna be looking at yourself like, I hope I don't have to go through a weigh station because I know I got 8,000 pounds back here. The trailer don't look bad, it'll carry and everything, but I know I got 8,000 pounds right here and I got 2,000 pounds right here because I can carry 10, but the distribution is off. It's off. And it may ride perfectly. It's sitting perfectly. But because of the paperwork, the distribution is off. And you are overweight on your axle. Yeah. And that is out of service. And you have to be able to move that weight to get that weight on this right here in order to be compliant while still remaining under 26,000 before they will let you move that piece of equipment. And it's exacerbated even further because a guy with a CDL cannot come hook up to this trailer and move it because the truck and the license is not the problem. The actual trailer is the problem. For what it's rated for on the axle, if they can't come pick that weight up off of that trailer and make it weigh what it's supposed to weigh when it goes across the scale, no one can pull it. You have a load that you have to give away at the weigh station. You have to call the broker back and they'll send another truck and they'll take that load from you. And you might get a couple of dollars depending on how close you got to finishing the load. They might throw you a couple of dollars, but really to be honest with you, can't nobody pull that load on that particular trailer. If it's just overweight on the axles, by the number on that you picked. You ain't nobody tell you to pick 12K. You pick 12K. You ain't go get your CDL. You pick 12K because that what fit 26. So you got to deal with what works for 26. So now you got to finesse the game so you can have them partials and them low and them bam, bam, bam and do like all my metal and become the short hop king. But you got to master time. All that stuff take time. But at the same time, it's a harder time to have. That's why I be saluting all my metal. Big shout out, big homie right there because he do what really people that got extra weight up here don't be doing with this setup right here. So it ain't no down talk. It's the fact that it can work, but it's tougher and it's harder to stay legal. What we try and do is do this shit for a long time so we can feed our family for years and years and years. And you can't do that with a lot of violations on your safety score because you're overweight on axles and stuff like that. So that's why we doing this video. Okay. Let's see what's up with the live chats. I appreciate everybody. Let's go back in here and do some shit outs. Shit outs. Yes, sir. Larry, yes, sir. Appreciate you. Julian up in here. Chicago very own. Man, good to have you in here, Chicago very own. Chicago Kane. Where you at? You up in here? Snow transportation. Yeah, so yeah, snow. See, now you see it is kinda a simple math equation, but it really ain't. Because there what I consider if you knew better or if you weren't trying to go into CDL, like you'll use this setup to roll into a CDL setup. or you will cut the chase like I recommend. If you're gonna put that setup together, just go ahead and get your CDL and just go and get a 40 and come on out here and just run non-CDL stuff. Do like I told you. Run like the Parsha King. Shout out Hotshot Ben and Annie Dad. Y'all hustling the dudes over there. But like I said, do what I've been telling y'all for the last 2, 3 years, man. Posh, and make it happen. But at the same time, that's a stepping stone setup right there. You can use it as such. You can make money, upgrade your trailer, upgrade your license later. But I encourage people to go ahead. If you're gonna start to be in the front of the door and you got that truck right there, skip all over that non-CDL hotshot trailer. Go get your CDL and get this thing plated for 40,000 and get you a 24 GN, 22 GN or something, put it back there and just load it light every day and stack your parts. You have plenty deck space, plenty weight. You'll be able to move stuff around, grab your parts. You really not got you don't gotta run heavy if you won't want to, and you ain't gotta run containers and stuff every day like some people do. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, that's a little bit of knowledge for you, man. This right here is that non-CDL setup with that dually, that's a good stepping stone setup. But I'm like this, why get into a business and hopefully get your mojo going with this right here and be rolling and tooting along and everything and have to make a break in your income, a break in your flow, a break in your momentum that some people ain't able to recover from. I know some people that jump out, chill, go handle all they business, be out for 2, 3 weeks, come back in, and be back like they never left, and they running. They got good relationship, but everybody ain't like that. Everybody can't take 6 to 8 weeks off to stop doing this after them bills rolling like they rolling to go get a CDL and not have no income coming in for a whole month and pay all the truck, trailer, no insurance and everything while you have to stop and go get a CDL. So if you ain't started yet and you just got the truck and you think about doing all this, you might as well go ahead and just kill the chase because you ain't gonna do nothing but slow yourself down in the middle of everything that you got going on. You're gonna be balling, you're gonna be getting these loads so good that you really ain't gonna you're gonna put it off just for the fact you really don't want to start running because money good. Cause you figure some stuff out. You've been watching the Haven. Hell, what I know. Yeah, you figure some stuff out and you in your groove. And then all of a sudden you realize, man, shit, all that money over there. All I need to be able to do is carry another 2,500 pounds, and I could be making X numbers of dollar extra. Well, let me go get my CDL, but I gotta take 6 weeks off. And now you done let the deadline slip on you. So you be like, hey man, they mandating school and everything. So I gotta go spend 6 grand while not running, getting no money, and pay bill and be out of the truck for 6 weeks. So I just say if you're gonna do it, if you got aspirations to start with the dually and you already got it and you know good and well you're gonna roll that into, man, when I get some more money, I'm about now. Save some more money. Hurry up and wait. Slow down so you can speed up. Do the CDL, wait a little while long, get the right trailer you really want to have. Whatever pace you saving money, it could trim some fat off and turn the pace up so you get the right trailer. You come out here with you a 40, an IRP, and some IFTA, and you might be plated for 40 where you could put 16 on the deck, but you ain't gonna run number 12 every day, or 10, or 8, or 7, or something like that. You're not gonna overwork the truck. But if need be and money say the same, you'll put 12,000 on there that you couldn't put on there as a non-CDL, 13,000 on there. You'll be able to do that, run across there, get you $5, $6 mile real quick, and take it off there fast as possible and get back to your regular routine. You can do that. You can hit them licks when they come up. So if you're doing it like that, I suggest you come at it like that. Go and get your CDL and slide into it. You can still run non CDL if you already got the trailer and everything. Just go and do it before you get in your stride because you're gonna be working the first 3 months to try and get in your stride. By month 4 or 5, people gonna be dealing with you. Money gonna be looking good. You make 10, 15, $20,000 a month on the grow, and you're getting in your swag. You get right up in your groove, and then you be like, man, it hits you. You be like, I'm driving way too far. I'm looking at the load boards and some of this stuff 10, 11, 12,000 pounds is right here by my house going short distance, 2, 3, 400 miles, 7, 8, 900, 1,000, $1,200. But I can't get it and it's right by my house. Let me go get my CDL. Should have did that at first. You know what I'm saying? if that's your goal to go from non-CDL to CDL. Like when I started, that wasn't my goal. I ain't never wanted a CDL. I wanted one just to have it, but I wasn't gonna operate CDL equipment. It just wasn't no reason for me because I run so many partials. I was doing like the partial king and running a hell of a checker, and I was outrunning dudes in semi. As far as the check was going on, I was burning that fuel and everything. So to the point where I like I don't need it. But as customers come in and do that like that, you know what I'm saying? You got upgrade. Anthony Johnson, Big Brother need the cash tax. I got holler at you. Dollar sign JBUTLER 357. All my matter. If you're still in there, my good moderator, could you type that in the comments? 1 hour consultation are $100, and they are shit. I'm sorry, they just did what it is, man. These motherfuckers shit because at the same time, this stuff I'm getting y'all right now. This was stuff that I be going over in the 1 hour consultation with people if that's their problem. You know, it's all about what your issue is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff on that board. If you're new to the live, you probably gotta wait to the end and watch it post again because I know it's a lot of stuff on the board and we've been saying a lot of stuff and you might look at this and be confused. But it will post later and you can come back, check it out, and catch up where we at and how we get all this stuff wrote on this board. And this is just non-CDL hot shot. That's all that is. We've been here an hour just doing non-CDL hot shot. Y'all feel that? You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it ain't about what they talking about. It about what it is. And I came to show you what it is. And it ain't that cut and dry at 26K all the way. And that's what it is. And then the other them folk will put your monk ass out of service. They will bun your bad ass up. They sure will. Pull it around back drive. Oh Lord Jesus. I see that how it started right there. Lord Jesus. I know I got a 7,000 pound load sitting right on my axles, Lord Jesus. They told me to pull it around back, Lord. They gonna check the tag and it's on. See, that how I start right there because the lack of knowledge. So that's why I'm here to drop this knowledge on you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you already running this setup right here in the non-CDL, this is something you might want to know because at the end of the day, you chasing a number that really ain't what you chasing. You chasing these numbers 14, 12, combination be 26, but you chasing these axles. You chasing these axles. You chasing these axles. And as you progress in trucking and you start pulling heavier and heavier stuff and you go CDL and you go semi, you going to understand. Because when they say 12, 34, 34 on a semi, when they say 12 on the steel, 24 on the 34 on the drives, and 34 on a closed tandem, that's why we run spreads. They mean it. They dead serious. Y'all seen me get a little slight ticket on mine. I got one in Louisiana. I did a video on it a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago. Well, I was a little over. I was about 83. I was about 83. I was about 83. Boy, that Detroit snatching 83. I ain't got an ass on 83. We was out there doing 75 with 83. Hmm. Coming out of Texas, going back Louisiana way. Oh shit, we come down. Well, we come down from South Dakota, nah, but South Dakota to Orlando, Florida, in one day. One day. Teens ride. One day. Mississippi to South Dakota. If you're up in here, Jay, he the co-driver. One day. We left midday Sunday, got there in the evening Monday. One day. One day. Y'all talk about that freight line. One day. I just sent $16,000 worth of invoice in for the week. For the week. Oh, for the week. Mm, hmm. That's a lot of people money. Mm. Okay. Appreciate that, Julian. Appreciate that, brother. Y'all know I'm a little hoarse, man. I was up there in South Dakota and it was kind of screwy with the air, man. So I'm finna erase some of this. Let me see. Finna erase some of this. We're gonna do a little something else. Yeah, we're gonna do a little something else. Y'all still with me, man? Give me a thumbs up. Y'all still with me, man. I ain't going. I know it's a long one, man, but we trying to just help some people right quick. I don't want nobody to get it misconstrued about their weight because the penalty is $1 and your time and shoot your reputation to it, your company. Like I say, man, you can't be out here doing stuff and don't know no better because they don't care that you don't know no better. They gonna, you know, they're gonna actually thrive on the fact that you don't know no better. Okay. Uh. Now we finna talk. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all so good. Y'all, I ain't lying. Y'all yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all, man, I'm for real, man. It been a hell of a few weeks for me, man. Real talk. I don't know if y'all can tell just what going on lately, man. It's just it been a hell of a few weeks, man. A whole lot of death and different stuff going on and just misfortunate stuff. And it is stuff why you trying to see, cause it ain't nothing but it's a distraction. Cause I'm on some turned up shit. I'm turning up. I'm finna do some stuff. And I'm finna go buy stuff and they, it'd be the devil trying to throw stuff in your way. That shit ain't nothing but a distraction, and I'm not easily deterred, people. I am not. I told Satan kiss my ass years ago with his bitch ass motherfucker. Yeah, they don't throw me out my square. Period. I been silent, y'all, and mentally, nigga, unshakable. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing going on. Tell devil I said fuck yourself. That's what I tell him. Go fuck yourself. That's why we help folk every day. I don't care what happens. I'm gonna help somebody every day. It might not be on here. I'm gonna help somebody every day. Hope you go out here and help somebody every day. Now we finna do a little bit of CDL. Yeah, fuck the devil and that mammy, bitch. Alright. I think it's 24.9. Let me erase that. Because I think a big test, 24K big test, is actually like 24.9. So I'm gonna say 25,000 pounds. I'm gonna be righteous on this one. I'm gonna do this the righteous way. Yeah. All right. It's probably like 10, 65. That's still cool. Okay. Appreciate y'all for staying on this long, man. Okay. Now, all right. This for the CDL guy. How we gonna break these answers down and how we gonna know what we do? Cause I got a partner that actually in one day, he had 3 trucks that broke 3 trailers trying to put one load on one trailer. It broke the trailer, it bent it up, twisted it, put that same load on another trailer. It stripped the axles out and made the tire blow on it about 2 miles into the trip. And the third trailer, when he sat it on there, it just twisted the frame and went down in the middle. And that trailer really wasn't there right no more. And it was because the broker lied to him and he was crazy enough, which is called stupidity, to do the same thing over again with the same load on a different trailer and expect different results. So we're gonna make this real clear on this CDL thing because it's some people that get it misconstrued and think that these gross vehicle weight ratings are singular but yet collective as a combination, but they're not taking into account of what the setup actually weighs and doing a subtraction. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, all right. So we got the dually of your choice, F350, 3500, GLC Denali, 3500. It's a dually rated 14K. Rated 14K. We're gonna remember that we went inside of the door and it said the front axle was rated for 6,500 and the rear axle was rated for 10. Y'all remember that. That ain't changed. That's the same truck because you graduated. Remember, you took that same truck, got you a belter trailer, and we finna go plate the truck for whatever we finna do it for, which I'm gonna show you how to come up with that number. And we're gonna actually put this truck in service as a CDL setup. We finna upgrade ourselves. So y'all follow me on this. You go and get a trailer. This time you don't go get a 35, you go get a 40 like everybody else. That's a dual tandem trailer. The trailer in total weighs about 9,000 pounds, about 9,000 pounds. And the trailer is rated, gross vehicle weight rated, a 24 GN, big text. I'm just gonna say big text 24 GN. If you look on the plate, if it's rated for 24 GN, it may be 23.9. It may be 24.9. I'm not 100% sure because I've never owned a big text, but I know the weight rating on that is close to being what it says on the side of the trailer, but it ain't quite. So we're gonna say it's gross vehicle weight rated 25K, and we got a truck gross rate vehicle weight rated for 14K. In combination, you'll take these weights right here, and you'll end up with 39K. Truck, trailer, combination. What I like to do just to be on the safe side, mm, on the safe side, just in case you might be over, but they don't check the axles and they just let you go because they see what you played it for. I wouldn't play it for 39. I played it for 41, 42. And a lot of people want to know why you would do something like that. And I'm gonna explain in a minute that a license plate it only paying. It don't it lets you be able to carry this much weight, but it's paying the taxes that it costs to be this heavy on the road and on your IRP. It will outline each individual state that you choose to pay for. Some people pay for all of them, like me, because I might go anywhere. And some people pay for certain states that they know they're going to run. Some states they don't pay for. But this is strictly the taxes on the road for the maintenance and upkeep and the wear and tear that you putting on the road riding around at a certain weight. So the more you played it for, the more that your RP tag is going to cost. The more the tag is going to cost. But this would be your hard weight limit. If you plated it for 42, that would be your hard weight limit. And in a situation where you went across the scale and you knowing that this and this is 39, but you actually weigh 41, when they pull up your information or you show them your registration, the officer might not be as astute as he should be on the CDL game to know to look at your tag and see that that is that and that is that and that is that. And he'll just look at this because this is a crime. See, that what a lot of folks don't understand. This, the axles, that's safety. This is stealing. Hold on, let me run that back to you. Let me run that back to you for all y'all folk that be talk shit. To be over on the action at a scale within a reason, they will write you a violation. They will. They'll write you a violation. To be over on the gross is out service. To be over on the axle and you can move the weight around and do something about it, they will most time let you move it around and do something about it. But if you're over this number, ain't nothing to move around. The gross of the truck ain't gonna change. Now you're stealing. So like, how you stealing, man? I ain't never stolen nothing in my life. Get what? I just told y'all. When you get that truck plated, it's paying the taxes for the roads, the upkeep and the maintenance of the interstate. Because you weigh more than a car, your tag costs more than a car. So when you go over this number, You're stealing. You ain't paid the taxes to run that. All y'all folk that sneaking 27, 28,000 pounds and going around the scale and all that, you might be getting over, but just know your integrity ain't shit. Go get a CDL. You stealing. Cause all us out here gotta pay our way. You scabbing, you stealing. When you put the extra heavy one on your CDL truck. When I put the 83,000 pound on my truck and didn't know it and went across the scale, get what? They fine you because that's the difference in what it costs to run that weight from what you paid for. And you get the violation because that's stealing. Without a permit, that's why they make you buy a permit. So you can pay for the weight that you anticipate and the weight for the extra that you gotta pay for, or you will be guilty of stealing. You stealing, stealing. All right. And it's kind of federal because it's crossing state lines, but you end up dealing with the jurisdiction that catches you, and they write you a violation on the federal level, but you get a ticket that you pay to the state for that weight that you violated on their road in particular. So some places will make you backtrack all the states you've been through and pay them. So it just depends on what they want to do, but really every state got its own jurisdiction. They supposed to violate you for what you did in their jurisdiction. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we got this set up. We're like in theory, I'm telling you what I would do. I would plate it at 42. If this and this combines makes 39, I would plate it at 42. 41, 42, 41, 42. Because when you go pick up stuff, the difference between 1,000 pounds heavier and 1,000 pounds lighter when you're dealing with a load that's 15 or 16 or 14,000 pounds, you can't eyeball it. You have to go to scale and see for yourself, but you can't eyeball it. Once that truck is heavy, it's just heavy. You can't really tell the difference between on a CDL high shot. You can't really tell the difference between 15,000 and 15,500 pounds on the trailer when you take off. The difference, you're not gonna notice it. You not there. It's just not that much sensitivity built into what we're doing because you can look at that 1,000 times and you not really gonna guess the weight unless you already preconceived or you knew what the weight of was gonna be exactly and you weighed it before. But other than that, you don't know. So sometimes they may load you a little heavy and you'll be able to do some things with your axles to make it work out, but you do not want to go over this weight. This is what you pay all the states to come through their state and tear up their road for. So they looking for that. Okay, so now we're gonna do the math game on what you can carry with this setup now. And it's not hard, but it confuses some people because a lot of people will look and like I said, they bought a trailer that rated for 25,000 pounds. They got a truck that can pull it. The truck say I can pull it. They say I can put 20,000, 25,000 pounds on their trailer. And that would be a very big mistake. They're gonna cost you so much money. And this is why. Not just with the DOT, you're gonna tear the trailer up, but at the same time with the DOT, it's gonna cost you some money. And probably out of service because you'll probably be over on your axles. Now, what we gotta do is put the whole setup again on the scale, full of fuel, full of all of your stuff, everything you're gonna do, everything you're gonna take with you, all the fuel. Put it on the scale, get on the scale say this way 3,000, drives, say it weigh uh 8,000. Well, no, it weigh my bad, y'all. It weighs 6,000. And the trailer actually weighing 7,000. So you pull up on there, you got 3K, 6K, and 7K. So 3K, 6K, and 7K is 16K. All right. These are hypothetical numbers. You can't just say it won't wait if that's what that is. That ain't how this go. But I'm using these for some examples. So we weigh 16,000 and we played it at 42. Let's do some little math. So we end up with 26. So if the truck or trailer weighs 16 and we played it for 42, that means we end up with 26,000 pounds left. Then most folks would just stop right there and be like, okay, I can put 26,000 pounds on the trailer. Let's roll. No. Okay. Now we go back up to the top, erase this, and tell you why that's not cool. You have to remember the gross vehicle weight rating is just that. It's a rating. It's not the actual weight. So when you pull it up on the scale, once again, the front steer axle was 3K, the second axle was 6K, third axle was 7K, you 16K. You would say, hey, I could put 26,000 on there. Now, when you go do the scale ticket, we said what it weighs. So from this 25K rating on the trailer, we would have to subtract 7K from that. One moment. Yeah, I got it. Yep, yep, yep. Sorry about that, guys. All right, my fault. Um, okay, so we got 7K on the trailer axles that are rated. The trailer is rated for 25K. So we'll take that number and subtract. We end up with 18K. And we remember that the drive axle can support 10,000 pounds. And with the trailer on there to combine, it weighs 6. So we have 4 here. And here we remember it was 6,500 pounds available there. So we had 3.5K left for the front. So the front can have 3,500 on it. The drive axle can support another 4K, and the trailer can support another 18K. So this is why a lot of time when you see hot shots on the highway running CDL and they have something that's pretty heavy on the trailer, it's more than likely sitting about right there. Because if they got a 3,500, they can't accept no more than about 4K on the drive axle, depending on what their truck say. Now, their truck might say 12K right there, and they could put more on there. But if it says 10, they can only put 4 on there. So most of their weight needs to be concentrated on the trailer, as it should be, because this trailer is pretty stout and it can pull it and it can handle the weight. So that's where you put that. But by no means would you stick 25,000 pounds on this trailer and think you could do that without tearing everything up. This leads us to the reason why people will go up to a 4,500 or a 5,500 truck to run CDL high shot. And that's my thing. If you're gonna run CDL high shot, go get you a 5,500 or a 550. If that's your goal to run CDL high shot, go get you a F650, F750, or something like that, because the drive axle is what's gonna make the difference. This drive axle right here on a 5,500 truck is probably, I'm just guessing now, it might not be right, but it's probably rated for about 16,000 pounds. It's probably rated for 16,000 pounds on a F550 or a 5,500 Dodge Ram. So that allows you to take the little bit of 6,000 pounds that this trailer and this truck is on the drive and add 10 to it. Instead of 4K, now you can put 10K on the drive, and you still can put 18K on the trailer. Grand total 28K, not even considering that some of the weight will be transferred here and you can get another 3,000 pounds out of it. That's how you see the high shot. If you're gonna pull weight now, I ain't gonna say that's how you do it if you're gonna run partials and all that stuff, but if you're gonna see the high shot, that's 5,500. Grow vehicle weight rating by 19,000. Got some of this stuff out here, grow vehicle weight rated by 21, and you can put 15 on the rear axle, 16, 17 on the rear axle alone. That's how you CDL high shot. I ain't knocking nobody's setup, but if you pull weight as a CDL high shot, 5,500 and get you a nice ass trailer. And if you want to put a 40K trailer behind it, switch it out to a 3-inch ball instead of that 2 and 5/16 ball. Go to a 3-inch ball or either a fifth wheel Kingpin connection, get your 40K rated trailer, put it with your 20K rated truck, and play that thing for 62, 63, and really CDL high shot. That go for your car haulers and everything. If you're gonna get that wedge and put that weight on that drive axle like that, and you can't put a 4K on there, that means certain stuff you can't put on top. Certain trailer you might not be able to buy because it sheds the weight different on that truck. So CDL high shot. Hmm. That cheat code, cheat code, cheat code. Okay, might want to consider that. That would be the CDL high shot equivalent of a baby semi right there, where you'll be played for 60 on that bad ass. If somebody be running that Diamond C trailer that's a 44 with a 10-2 spread on it, I think that trailer rated for 40K. It's blue. The trailer blue, and you'll see it on a lot of Instagram stuff like that. That boy high shot on the CDL side. That's CDL high shot, man. I'm for real. I don't even know his name, but that is CDL high shot. Cause you ain't got to load the truck like that every day. But get what? When it come down to it, he snatched a semi load in a second. That stuff you pulling up and getting these big old grade alls, all that equipment from United Rental and Sunbelt Rentals and stuff like that. All them big old pieces to them cranes that don't weigh nothing but like 25,000, but they need a low trailer to pull them. He is going crazy. At least he should be. He going crazy with them. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's a stepping stone setup if you started out non-CDL high shot, which would be another stepping stone to something even bigger in a CDL high shot, which also probably be a stepping stone into an even bigger CDL high shot or semi. But there's a lot of stuff going on the board. And if you're new to the line, this is how we get out. This is what it is. I just bring it how I bring it, but I'm gonna try and break it down to you guys to where it's concise enough and where it can be understood. And we're gonna show that everything ain't meant to go for every different kind of setup. You can handicap yourself, but you always can overcome adversity and handicaps and still succeed. But real talk, sometimes even in the midst of starting this stuff, I often tell y'all sometimes you gotta slow down and speed up. And a part of slowing down to speed up is the proper research. Watch a video like this. Go and read what I said for yourself. If you really doubting what I'm saying about the weights and the axles and all that, just go read it for yourself. Do your own research and everything like that because you're gonna spend a tremendous amount of time, effort, and money to try and put a perfect setup together for what you're trying to do and fulfill your niche market. You know. So what's up, QZ? What's up, nephew? And fulfill your niche and your market. Man, one of the biggest things you could do is properly equip yourself with the proper equipment and know the laws, know the weights. Don't be guilty of stealing out here. Don't run stuff overweight. You know what I mean? And if it takes you to upgrade your skills and upgrade your credentials and get a better license, a better equipment and everything, that's a progression that you're gonna have to understand. It's probably gonna have to happen and you're gonna have to plan for it, you know. So I'm gonna do some shout outs. I'm finna really get up off here. I was gonna go into the CDL big rig weight game a little bit, but I think I've been on here long enough, and I'll make that into another video. But this, I guess, for the hot shot guys, that's pretty much what it's been. And I appreciate everybody for coming in. You know what I'm saying? Real Astor 13 500. That's what's up. That what's up. Okay, and that's a Ram 5500. That helps. That helps. So you could go really from putting um um 4K on there to 7,500. That's a real good number. You could put a wedge on there and put a nice Honda Civic, a Accord, a Toyota Camry on the top of that car hauler, and that wouldn't even be bad. That wouldn't even be bad. Yeah, 5,500. That's why I said if you're gonna see the high side, that kind of do it right there. You know what I'm saying? That right there gonna give you the bed rear end. They're gonna be able to hold upgrade all your like I said, your brakes get upgraded, which is very important. The axle is bigger and the tires and wheels are more advantageous for pulling weight and handling high weight. It also has a very rigid sway bar in the back, which helps with you wedge guys as far as running the fifth wheel, which you should be running to keep the truck from wanting to be tippy. The sway bar is super big because you got to think about most of them 5500s is set up as a cab and chassis, so that could possibly be an ambulance body on there or anything. So it has to control a considerable amount of mass. It might be a tow truck body gonna get mounted on there. They don't know when they build it at the factory. So that rear spring pack, that rear axle, and that rear sway bar is the business. I'm talking about it's really stout material up under there that's meant to keep the load from swaying. Even if you had a really big ambulance body on here and you turn a curve really fast, they don't want it to flip over, so it keeps it flat in the turns. So that helps car haulers a lot, especially with the fifth wheel, because it's a very solid connection. But like I say, it's pretty much gonna be it. I invite anybody that's new to the channel that like what was brought tonight, and I appreciate y'all for being here. To please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe account looking pretty good. I will say this. Y'all want me to put up my subscribe account? I don't think they I had it up. I don't know what it went down, but I gotta go back in. Y'all want me to put that up so y'all can help me make some goals happen. I want to get a bunch of y'all. But like I say, if you will share the video. Share the video. Like I say, it gonna help somebody just real talk. Share the video. He just told you. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Mac, you can go back and watch the whole video over again. Mitchell Mac, is that Mitchell Mac? Yeah, just it's gonna post in a minute, bro. Um, so basically any dude in the trailer need a CDL. No, you just like I said, it's gonna actually post in a minute. You can go back and see the differences in the setup. And we went non-CDL with a single and a dually. We show how that works and how that weight does what it does and how you're able to carry what you can carry and the limitations sometimes that you might place upon yourself. So that's a good part to go back and watch at the first beginning of the line, man, and further educate yourself and like say give yourself the tools and the accoutrements that you need to succeed out here in this hot shot world. Hey, I'm gonna take a couple of questions and then we're gonna get up off here, man. If y'all got something on here pertaining to weight or, sort of anything that because we done did the weight thing. We said if it pertains to weight and go back watch the video. Anybody know about them Gator trailers? Are they any good? Yeah, they some real good trailers. They customer service ain't shit though. I would never buy another one from 'em just because of their customer service. But they make some good trailers. Like the trailer a tank. It really is. They customer service, they warranty, all that shit garbage. I'm talking about garbage. Garbage. Smelly garbage. It ain't shit. They got bar none. Really, the word customer service I done experienced in a while from somebody you spent a lot of money with. Like you spend that type of money at one time. Every time you purchase something, you coming in with 10, 15, 20, $30,000, and they can't treat you no better than they treat people. I ain't rocking with them like that. Now they make good trailers. Just don't expect no sales service behind that shit. Just do that. Just know one thing. If some shit go wrong with it, you might well take it to the shop and get it fixed your damn self and worry about them later on because they not fixing shit. They not doing nothing. They ain't got shit for you but some parts for sale. They got some whole axles you can buy for about $3,000. And me, how I know. I built my own. I bought the beam. I just got the spring purchase welded on. I got to go get the axle. I got the new brakes back where I got the brakes out there to rebuild it. Got the leaf springs out there, brand new equalizer. I'm gonna put all that stuff up on that trailer, and that trailer is for sale for $14,000 with the shocker hitch on it. And I'm gonna do a little slight little commercial once I get it together. But I'm gonna have brand new everything because the front axle up under there ain't but about 6 months old before I start running the trailer, and the rear axle gonna be totally brand new. All the brakes, the front brake, yeah, all the brake less than 6 months old, cause that stuff was brand new. I'm gonna put brand new equalizer up under there, and like I say, hey man, we finna jump up off here now though. I just seen a notification. My boy Ben, Hotshot Ben, congratulations. Said thanks for 30K. So we finna go over there and kick it with him on the live right quick. Hope we ain't too late. Y'all come over there and fuck with it though, man. Y'all, hey, peace out.